we're going to practice Baddha Konasana or cobbler's pose. This is a really good pose for opening up the hips. So bring the soles of your feet together and draw them in as close as you can towards your pelvis. Now just check your knees here. If your knees are quite a distance up off the floor, it's best to sit on a bolster or a folded blanket, or you can roll your mat up into a little roll and sit on top of the roll, and that will just give you a little bit of height so that you can keep your back straight. It's very important to have a straight back in this pose. The chest should be very open, the shoulders back. Take a hold of the tops of the feet, or for most people I find it's better if they take a hold of the ankles because they can keep that openness through the front of the body. Now Kalindi here has quite nice flexible hips, so she doesn't need to sit on a bolster, she can come off the bolster. Now we're trying to tilt the pelvis forward. You want to create a little arch, a natural arch in the lower back. And for most people this pose, just sitting here, is enough to get a good stretch through the groin. If you aren't getting enough stretch, you can start hinging forward from the hips. So make sure you're keeping your back straight. The spine should be nice and straight as you come forward. So the work is actually coming from the hip joints, not from your back. And you can just gradually open up those hips and work the torso forward. Now another way you can do it, if you can't come forward but you still need a deeper stretch, you can bring your elbows to the inside of your knees and just gently press them down. Another way you may prefer is to do it dynamically and move your legs up and down like a butterfly. You can move them slowly or quickly, depending on your body and what you feel you need. So you can take a number of breaths in this pose. I find it takes quite a long time to open up the hip joint. It's a very strong joint, so you could probably even take up to 20 breaths in cobbler's pose to loosen those hips. And to come out of it, just bring the torso up straight. Take a hold of the outside of your knees with your hands and gently lift. We don't want to tighten those hips up. This pose is a variation of cobbler pose, bound cobbler. Now you'll need a strap for this, a yoga strap if you have one. If not, you could possibly use a long taekwondo belt, or you might have a soft belt at home that you could use and tie. But the best way is to use a yoga strap. They aren't expensive and they're easy to find. You can get them online or at most yoga shops. So just take a hold of your strap, place it around the tops of your feet, and then wrap one of the straps around your back, your lower back. Pop it through the buckle. And you want it a little bit firm, not too firm because you're going to lie back. So you need to have a little bit of give in that belt. So take your bolster and just pop it behind you, right against your lower back. Now lengthen the spine, make sure you've got a lot of space there in the spine, and you can just come back slowly onto the bolster. You can have your arms down by your side with the palms facing upwards, or you can take them out to a T depending on how tight your shoulders are. If it's uncomfortable for you having them on a T, you might want to bring them closer to the sides of your body. But have your palms facing upwards and just relax here, breathing nice and rhythmically so that the body softens. Allow everything just to sink down towards the floor. You feel those hips softening and opening. is nice for helping the spine to become more flexible as well. Just come up onto your elbows and gradually roll up. And then you can remove the strap and take a hold of the outside of your knees. Gently lift the knees. Feel how nice and soft the hips are now.